I know, this footage looks stunning and it is in no way graded or altered. It's just that 70mi seem to have done a brilliant job with their new 4K Omni, haven't they? Let's inspect. Hey fellas, so good to meet you. I'm Michael, the Tech Mishka, and this here is a 360-degree 4K dash camera, which is technically not a 360-degree camera, but eventually it is. And I know how confusing this sounds because typically spherical cameras or 360-degree cameras, they can film everything around them, and then via software you can pick which part is going to be shown in the end video, which makes the video editing part particularly complex. Now, the 70mi 4K Omni, that's the thing, relies on a mechanism allowing it to pan and film this 360-degree scene. And also it supports a rear module, which technically allows even greater coverage in terms of angles. And how practical this is and how it stacks up against other really good, reliable 4K dash cameras, well, I've, as usual, prepared a very thorough research, a lot of samples, and I hope you're going to enjoy the next few minutes. Let's get started. Straight to the daytime footage analysis. It is class-leading due to a few reasons. First, it uses the currently best-in-class image sensor for dash cameras by Sony, and looks like the extra tuning applied by 70mi results into very pleasing to the eyes results. As usual for car DVRs, the image looks somewhat sharp, but what really matters here are the details. You can zoom in twice or even 4 times and the image doesn't fall apart. Just like in this case, where hopefully the traffic police is going to find these guys entering the crossroad while it's already red. Side by side with other great models, namely the A810 that I still use as a primary one, shows that 70mi managed to bring in meaningful improvements, and thus far, I'm the most pleased with the colors. They call it My Color Vivid Plus. I don't care about the name that much, it just looks excellent. The rear unit is also a step up. Here we have just 1080p resolution, but it is another Sony Starvis 2 based image sensor and seems to cope well with dynamic situations. Truth is that with most of the good car DVRs in the past 2 to 3 years, daytime samples are rather good no matter what. Therefore, let's raise the stakes and switch to low-light recordings. Splendid! I mean, look at all these details, the contrast levels, the visible dark objects all over the place. I feel that this is close to the maximum that could be extracted from this very hardware setup, and looks like the new Omni model is already among the best 4K dashcams for low-light performance. Here's another side-by-side match, and hey, both are fantastic, with the Omni winning because of the more details and the nicer color tuning. There are 2 remarks to add here. First one would be the so-called Lumi Vision in parking mode. It is wow! Gonna cover more about it in a moment. And secondly, there also is the possibility to record in 4K 60p, which likely is a good idea for daytime footage mostly. Because in low light, with high frame rates, cameras tend to increase the shutter speed, which requires higher ISO, which may result into a little more grain. And if you don't care about all the technical details, just remember that keeping the frames per second at 30 is going to result into slightly brighter low-light videos over here. The rear module doesn't disappoint either. It's the first time I can finally say that 70mi have a setup with a decent rear camera. Full HD is the maximum resolution, but the details are there, and exposure levels and all the image tuning are above expectations, at least my own expectations. Now, I know it is interesting to watch these cars moving and sometimes catching traffic violations, but let's take a look beyond these numbers and specs and let me show you now the process of unpacking and setting the camera up, and I will in the meantime comment on the specs, of course. Not that most of them are not visible on the pack already. View into the future, quite optimistic phrase as a slogan. This is the front module. It looks similar to the first generation. The part around the lens represents a half-spherical module which can pan to the left and to the right, which accumulates the advertised 360-degree view. The mount area is adjustable, 3 buttons on the side, a micro SD slot and connectivity ports, even a small display, and the build quality feels very good. The rear module looks familiar, however, it is a new model called RC14 and is based on a current image sensor which vastly improves the quality brought by some of 70m's previous rear modules. With f/1.55 aperture and full HD resolution, sounds like we're already speaking about the specs, so let me throw a few more that are worth mentioning about the entire setup. IMX678 is the exact image sensor inside the main unit, up to 4K 60p is the maximum video resolution, very wide aperture, an excellent field of view, there's a powerful Novatec processor, no battery this time, instead there's a supercapacitor, there is inbuilt GPS, ADAS support, option for parking mode, including a 4G kit, there's a 1.4-inch IPS display, Bluetooth and Wi-Fi support, and of course, all of it managed via smartphone with the 70mi app. The specs of the Omni, they sound almost perfect, hardly anything you could criticize. And if I may rewind back to the review I did for the first generation of the Omni, among the remarks I had, I wanted to see 4K video resolution, I wanted to see a supercapacitor instead of a battery, and probably slightly smaller scale. Apparently the last one didn't really work, but instead 70mi brought some significant enhancements about the image quality. Now they enabled you to use a rear module, and also the availability of a supercapacitor gives you peace of mind that nothing bad is going to happen, even if you leave the car under the summer sun, because here it can withstand temperatures of up to 80 degrees Celsius, and this is pretty remarkable. Plus, I finally got to test the 4G LTE kit. This is a hardwire option enabling you parking surveillance and also some sort of cloud-based or remote access, which kind of makes me think I should show you how to do the installation. On one side, it can be very simple. If it's down to just mounting the camera, here you better use the provided screen folio, which makes it very easy to remove from the windshield in case you ever decide to. Make a good plan where exactly you want to place it. Should be within the reach of the wipers, preferably behind the rear view mirror so that it is not distracting you. Bring the power cable to the cigar lighter adapter and you're done. The bigger challenge is using a hardwire kit. This usually requires a multimeter to properly measure the right kind of sources. If you're not experienced with electrical circuits, better check with a professional to complete this procedure for you. The 4K module is rather slim, most likely it's gonna fit above the sun visor, and if not, you can stick it to the windshield too, or get creative and find alternative location. The rear module installation is quite easy, with the only challenge usually being related to the cable and how to hide it more effectively. Concerning the config, I was perfectly happy with the default settings as they are, yet you can tune most of these settings by accessing the menus directly from the camera, which, given the size of the display, is not as optimal. Or you can rely on the smartphone app, which 70mi use for controlling most of their dash cameras. There aren't too many configuration options, but I promise you that you're gonna find whatever you need. It also is the place where you can enable and configure your 4G module so that you can access your dash camera remotely at any point of time. Right now, 70mi do not offer any cloud storage subscription options, but possibly such kind of a feature is going to arrive in the near future. From the home screen, besides downloading the already available footage and seeing real-time image, you can also have some fun by panning the front module. Here's a quick test with the parking mode. I promised to show you the famous Lumi Vision. Combined with an advanced motion detection algorithm, the 4K Omni feels like one of the quite reliable dashcam solutions lately for parking monitoring. It will be triggered by moving objects on the front, and thanks to the panning feature, it's gonna track the object continuously for as long as it is within 5 meters of range. Additionally, you can find your car at any time via the app and receive alerts in case of emergency. Oh, and a reliable under-voltage protection. That's important. It is a tradition, testing the microphone quality now with the 70mi 4K Omni, currently driving with about 30 kilometers per hour, and that's the internal microphone and its quality. To the section with the drawbacks, right now the only real disadvantage that I see is the form factor and the size. And before someone claims that the new generation of the Omni doesn't support CPL filter, look carefully. Magnetic, detachable. I've been using one during the entire time of making the video about this new generation of the Omni, which makes very good sense because given the angle of installation and the distance to the windshield, I feel that the CPL filter has a very good role about eliminating or significantly reducing the impact of flares, glares, and so on. And bottom line, while I totally am not a fan of this kind of design and shape, it's undeniable that right now this is among the best performing 4K dash cameras, furthermore, probably the best about low light performance. And I think that given all the enhancements that 70mm did with this new generation, this is among the best choices for a high-end 360-degree motion-capable dash camera you can buy right now. Agree? Disagree? Do you have a question? Do you want to share something from your own experience? Well, the comment section below the video is the right place to do it. If you want to buy the camera or get to know more about it or support my work here on the channel, you can see more data in the video description area. Thanks a lot for watching the video. Thanks a lot for supporting the channel. Subscribing, giving a like makes really great sense. And I wish you a fantastic day. Drive safely and responsibly. And I guess I'm gonna see you soon. Bye.